Hello, welcome to Work Hard, Dream Harder. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Tia, and we're just two best friends waffling about life and trying to survive until we're 30. In the last episode, we kind of ended up talking about like the difference in generations, kind of. So like how kids act now compared to how we used to act as kids. And we realised we were starting to go on a tangent with that. And we thought, you know what, this would make a really good episode idea because we could talk for hours about this, I reckon.
The reason why I was thinking about it is that, so I say Zac Efron and I think High School Musical, and I said this to Gen Z or whatever they're called, and they were like, oh, Greatest Showman. I was like, and then, another thing is, I say One Direction, they're like, who? And I was like, Harry Styles.
Surely they know who One Direction is.
They know it as Liam, Harry, Niall. They don't know they were one. They remember it as the solo acts.
Surely they remember One Direction though. How?
There was this interview Phil Wolfhard did with the co-host, and he was like, Phil Wolfhard from Stranger Things. He was like, oh, One Direction, and this girl must have been younger than him, and he was like, what? Yeah, I think it's like
crazy. That's crazy.
And it's like we say High School Musical, and they're like, oh, High School Musical the series, or whatever that's called. The Jonas Brothers, like, people don't know they were on Disney Channel. No, that's crazy though, isn't it?
Yeah, that was around the time. I think we got Disney Channel just after Camp Rock was released.
Camp Rock.
Oh God, that scene where they're like walking through the woods, like
Camp Rock. But you know what? I just wonder if I'm gonna be that person. Well, they don't do Disney shows like they used to.
Oh God, yeah. We've gotten to that age now, and we're not even old. We're still young. We're only in our 20s, where we go, oh, kids these days, or they're not doing it right, or it's not the same that it used to be. Like I say, we're still young. Imagine how people in like 40 plus feel. Like they're definitely going to be thinking, ew, kids these days.
Because I'm the younger side of a millennial, but like they were like, there's this whole song where it's like they're taking piss of Harry Potter and like shit that we use. Yeah.
Ron Weasley. Harry Potter.
It's crazy that like we're at that age where it's just like so different. It's just like I don't know, it's weird.
It's like kids these days have such a different childhood to what we had growing up, I think. And it's manifesting itself in this really weird way. The kids aren't the same that they were when we were kids.
But then again, I think as well, it doesn't help that they've had 2 COVID lockdowns when it should be the peak socialisation. For us, every uni experience.
Yeah, but these guys were like literally at school learning social skills. I'm definitely seeing... So I'm a hiring manager, so I have to do a lot of hiring. And because my cinema is right next to a uni and it's like kind of weird shift work, we get a lot of uni students apply. And I'm definitely seeing the difference between uni students when we were at uni compared to uni students now, which is just 5 years later. Their social skills are vastly diminished. They are really struggling. They don't seem to have the same common sense, the same social skills. And lockdown was only a couple of years, but it was their vital years, wasn't it? And I'm really seeing that playing a problem in their future adulthood, you know?
But you know what? I admire these Gen Z folk of like that whole like silent quitting. Like, so I was talking to, I work in retail, right? So I was talking to some older ladies, they're probably like 40 plus, and they were moaning that they were unhappy about the like pay because we didn't get a pay increase. or something. And I was just like, oh, why are you... I kind of just jokingly said, oh, well, my generation do the bare minimum. The bare minimum. And they were like, oh, but you don't care. And they were like, oh, yeah, but you... Kind of saying that we don't care, but we realise that we don't see the benefits, what they've had. Like, we can't buy a house till later. Like, the cost of living crisis is happening, and why should we work to the bone when we're not even going to be ready to buy a house in any time soon? Or kind of like, why should we work when employees are not going to give us some benefits? We just work to the bare minimum of just getting the job done. And they looked at me like, they said like, oh, well, I've noticed that this generation doesn't do much. But but in my head, it's like, yeah, we do the bare minimum. Because
I'm seeing it from both views, because I am a hiring manager, but I'm also part of this younger generation. And I'm sat somewhere in the middle. Like, yes, work to your pay, but some people are taking the bare minimum too far. I have quite a few employees over the past few years where they've been brought in for disciplinary meetings because they'd literally stood there doing nothing. And at the end of the day, you are getting paid to work, so do your job.
Oh, yeah, that's...
Some people are taking it too far, but I understand the concept of it. Don't work for more than you're getting paid. Absolutely not. This is your job description. This is how much you're getting paid. Work to that. Absolutely. Do not work yourself to the bone for like a minimum wage job or something. Do not do that. But also make sure you're doing your job. We have this thing where we get quite a lot of overtime to give out. And I'm quite blessed to have a team of people who are quite happy to do overtime. And a lot of them actually ask for it, which is, it means they're... A lot of them are saying, I enjoy working here. Can I have some more hours, please? Or whatever. Or I'm happy to take hours if they're going or whatever. We're quite blessed with that. But we also have a few members of staff who literally do the bare minimum, don't put any effort in, and essentially demand more hours. And it's like, no, they're going to go to the people who work hard, deserve it and want it. Like, if I've got, I don't know, Bob 1 and Bob 2, and Bob 1 actually does his job and works and everything, and Bob 2 stands there like a lemon waiting for me to just say, can you do this, can you do this? Like, I have to hold their hand through it, and there's an overtime shift coming up, and they both want it. Who's getting it? I'm not asking for people to work more than they're worth. I'm not asking people to work more than their job description. I'm asking them to do their job. And that is the only issue with this whole bare minimum work to your pay thing. Some people are taking it too far.
I think they should
be reasonable with it,
when I'm in bed to the minimum, it's like, I'm going to put a face, just be like, oh, how you... Because I do retail. And I'm in fitting room majority. Make the customer feel welcome, do what I need to do. But then again, it's just like... I feel like sometimes they expect too much of you.
Yeah. And then, some employers absolutely do.
And I'm like, right. Yeah, it's funny, oh yeah, you're going to do employee of the month and you're just going to give me £10 gift card. That kind of and I think what our generation have realised is but work for yourself and do that hustle thing. Because what confuses me, right, is do the bare minimum, but then now you want to be an entrepreneur, which is 24/7.
Yeah.
And it's just you don't like the idea of working under someone. And it's some people haven't even had a job because they do the social media stuff, or they're an overnight success in
virality.
Yeah. And it's yo, there's two sides to that coin.
Yeah.
It's work how many hours and then go home. But now you're saying that there's this whole hustle mentality. Everyone's got the same 24 hours in the day. So what the fuck are you doing? Some people just want to work for someone, get the bare minimum. But then some people are taking it to an extreme that, oh, now this is what I'm annoyed by. Now, because we have access to social media, it should be easier for us to start that small business, do that. But that, I'm it's over exaggerated. Exaggerated?
What do you mean? What are you trying to say?
Saturated, right? And I'm like, okay, there's. At the end of the day, it goes back. I bought here the book called "What's Your Dream" by Simon Squibb, and it's like kids these days are more easy. It's either the two sides. They know what they want to do, got the mindset straight, and they're pursuing their passion. And other people just don't know what to do, and they end up becoming the lawyer and the doctor because their parents have fed them that idea. And I don't think, like, my little brothers don't know what even they wanted to do.
I don't know what I want to do. I mean, I have a vague idea now, but for the longest time I was just like, I'm just going to have a job and just get paid and see what's happening.
And uni doesn't have that on law like it used to.
No.
At least now it's like...
Uni is just a thing that everyone does, so now when an employer is looking at who to pick, they kind of just brush over uni degrees. They don't matter.
Unless you're posh, you can go to the elite schools, and then it's like you get the Ivy. Or
even then, I know
groups.
quite a lot of people who went to these elite schools and have turned out the same as the rest of us. So it doesn't. I still don't think it has the same give that it used to. You know.
I think I always mention this book called The Unfair Advantage, and it's like. It's what you do with it, because you can easily play the victim, and I think sometimes I've done that, but then as I got older I realised that, okay, you're saying this, but what evidence have you put in?
Yeah.
Like I said to you, like, oh yeah, if I wanted to do social media, am I posting? No. So how am I expected to show people that I'm capable of that social media stuff? And it's like, this generation feels lost but inspiring at the same time.
It depends what they do with it. 100%.
And I think our mother's generation, or like our parents' generation, had this mindset: get a good job that's a lawyer and a doctor because it pays good. But now we realise that shit's stressful. The doctors are under so much stress, and it's just like job. And during COVID, I think people realised job security does not exist.
That's why I had a very quick career change because of COVID. I wanted to work on television, and I wanted to work on live television events, and that was my passion. And then COVID happened, and I went, oh my gosh, all these people without a job who've lost their jobs overnight, I need something more secure. And granted, I went into cinema, which isn't the most secure job in the world, but my company topped everyone's furlough. So, do you know how everyone was getting, the 80% wage furlough? My company were topping it up. That is more secure. No one got fired. No one got made redundant. No one was forced to leave. They topped it up until we came back.
And I think...
And, that was before I started. Sadly, I wasn't furloughed with this company. But the people who were treated right. And I was like, that is a more secure job.
Go back to that whole TV thing as well. That's why we're starting this endeavour of doing it ourselves, because we want to do that independent shit and then show that Midlands has got talent. Yeah, I always say we want the Peaky Blinders equivalent to what Peaky Blinders did to Birmingham. We need something that would put us on the map. But I think as well, it's still in your line, but I think sometimes we're moralist.
It's such a stark difference in generations though. My parents are very much under the impression that I had to get all A stars on my GCSEs. I had to pass with the first degree at college and uni and everything. And
this shit doesn't matter.
I got those results. I did pretty decent at school. I got the A's and the B's, and I got a distinction at college, and I got a first at uni, and I'm in the same job as people who failed certain degrees. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. I think nowadays it's about experience. As long as you've passed some of your basic, even then I would say pass maths and English, but I work.
It depends on.
I work with people who failed, maths, because they're not very good with algebra or whatever. But if you ask them to do a sum in their head, they'll spit it out in 2 seconds. It's really bizarre. I feel like exams are not a true reflection of your skills. Like, they're just not.
That's what I mean. Oh my God. I might be some kid basically ended his life because he didn't get a grade, I don't know if it was A-levels or GCSEs, just to then, once it got regraded to get it. The fucking stupid ass pressure we put on these young people for tests. I might be annoyed by it because I'm dyslexic and I know I thrived in the creative industry, but then again that gets looked down upon. But it's just like,
I mean, we have a friend, I won't name their name, but we have a friend who actually failed their GCSEs, maths and English, and I think eventually went on to pass maths, but never passed English.
Same.
And now is in like a sit-down office job where they've had a couple of promotions and they're doing pretty damn well, and they're sat in the exact same position as people who did uni degrees and got the best grades and everything like that. And it's about the effort you're putting in, not necessarily about what school tells you. And that's the difference. Like, employers now don't actually give two hoots about your grades because people have realised they don't mean anything. I don't look at grades when I'm hiring. I look at experience.
And that's why we learned. That's why we really were salty about uni, because it was the second year of our degree, and that's when we were meant to get the industry practice, and that would have helped us. But there's no point looking back and you've got to mourn it. But like, we can keep looking back at it. But now we've decided to start this shit. Like, that's the mantra of work hard but dream harder, because you can work hard in your life for someone else, but if you're not going towards your passion, right, then
you're
what's
not
the
going
point?
towards your dreams, yeah.
And that's why I recommend. I can't be asked to get it, but Tia has a bookshelf there, and I know if I take it off Domino's, that's why I recommend. We've done an episode last season about passion, and that's why Tia might have said that she's given up on her media career, but she's doing this. You got to make your own way. That's why I love these self-made.
Gotta go your own way.
What?
Gotta go your own way. High School Musical.
Whenever you say High School Musical, I'm thinking of not Migos, the white chick song, the 1,000 Miles.
Still nothing to do with High School Musical.
But it's like, I
need you.
But that's what I mean. Like, you got to get lost, and that's why I always say experiment with the least risk. Like, go volunteer in that organisation if you can. Like, it's got nothing to do about generations, but I think our generations are more hungry, but also are lost.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, back in the day, I think you were talking about like your mum. She never even had a CV.
Oh, yeah.
My dad never had a CV. He would just walk into a place and be like, got any jobs going?
It's like legit, like, they just needed somebody to speak like Urdu or something, and then my mum just shows up and I was like, I can do that, and now she's stayed cushy with the job.
Yeah.
But then again, she was like, she never done a CV because it was just like, somebody bet on her and she did what she needed to do, and that's what pisses me off.
Like, it's crazy how it works with the generation. So like, my stepdad, your mom, just kind of would walk into a job. My mom. That's
what pisses me off, that we can't have that same luxury.
Yeah.
Isn't now recruiters have to go through like Indeed and like automated like AI checkers and.
When my stepdad would walk into somewhere, they've got a job, and it's like, here you go, let's hire you. My mum, my mum's she was a young mum, so for her it was like filling out the CVs and going through agencies and all that rigmarole. And then for us, it's like, fill out a CV, do a cover letter, maybe call and chase it up. But kids these days, like, when I'm putting up a job advert, there's hundreds and hundreds of applicants for one job. And these poor kids have got to, like, fill out a CV, fill out an application form, send a cover letter. They've got to call up and follow up. I have people coming in because they're so desperate for jobs, they'll also come in. And it's like, you have to take so many steps in order to get a job nowadays. And these kids just don't stand a chance, bless them. Like, they really don't.
Yeah, and it's like, it's just like, sometimes I wish I had a family business just to insert myself into.
Where we do like a heart each.
No, the Gen Z way.
No, God no.
The Gen
God
Z
no.
way.
Absolutely not.
What do you mean? Can't you do that? Do it.
No, I refuse. It's
Just-
disgusting.
Do
This is the OG heart.
No, this is the Gen Z way. I prefer this way.
Oh God, no, I hate that way. There's too much extra. There's extra things. This is a whole heart, right? And if you do the Gen Z way, you've got like your extra thumbs and everything like that.
It's better.
No, it does not. I hate it. I hate this nonsense as well. Is it that or that? What is it?
No, but that's more of the cream way. No, like that.
Oh, I know. I hate it. No, that's not a heart. That's a heart. That is a heart.
Yeah, but then that comes from the Korean, like, K-pops.
No, hate it.
This makes more sense. This, like, is a love heart.
That is a love heart.
Yeah, that's more effort than this.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. I can do it with one hand. So it defeats the point. You're
Looks
saying
like you're
that's...
just clicking. Looks like you're
No,
clicking.
it's a legit heart.
No, hate it. It's like
It doesn't look good. That looks more better.
No, you do it with all your fingers.
Yeah, that just doesn't look right.
Yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the OG way. That's the original way.
Yeah, but
Have
sometimes better is new.
No, not in this case. No, absolutely not. No. Have you seen those videos? It's like you've got like a wall in between two different generations, and they're like, "How do you answer the phone?" And we'd go like that, and then the kids go like that, and it's like you just look like you're slapping yourself. What are you doing? Or is it like wind the window down? And then the new kids go like that, and then older people do like.
To be
the turn
honest, I
thing.
always got used. I'd never had a proper windy
Oh,
one.
did you not? Yeah, my car's got a windy one in the
Yeah,
back.
it's weird. Right.
Sorry. Anyway, on that.
I don't know whether I'm going to cut that, but yeah. But I'll probably put it in the end. To the end of the episode, thank you for listening. Like we say, work hard, but dream even harder.